Alright, we're live. I will cut the video later on for the premium users. I just, I'm gonna wait it out to see what's happening. Let me forward this to chat. Let's see if the microphone works. I didn't touch anything, so. And welcome to everybody. This is Crypto Vince, and we are going to explain a little bit about position size and risk management today. Let's see if my microphone works. Waiting for a few people to join the chat. And streaming will start soon. Premium. Coin still looking green. Neo USD is going up. We broke 200 MA. So as my voice, please tell me there is no echo. Echo, I don't know how to say that. Elisa, help. As my voice. Pro Assassa. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, premium members. Hello, hello, hello. As my voice, please. You guys can chat in CryptoVince chat if you want. I guess we can, type there. That would be the best spot. Watching 5. Who are you guys? Waiting for someone who says something here. Houston. Elisa, you copy? Can you hear me, Elisa? On the stream. Oh, there you go. Oh, participate. Oh, now they're showing up. It's working. Sounds good. Thank God. Finally. Okay. Yeah, I guess the participants shows later on in the chat on the stream. Okay. We got Isaac, Arads. Hello everyone. Let's wait for some more people to join. Members. Check that. Participants. Okay, so 8 people watching right now. Let's see. Chen. Okay. Views in Edu. Members, here we go. Okay, this thing should be working now, hopefully, and then we'll check it out if everything is good. And I'm not sure, I mean, I post this link only in premium, so it should be working from just there, so I don't know if any free user was sneak in, but anyways, so Elisa is watching too, so Johnny Bravo. One second. Okay, so far I see just premium users, so anyways, okay, welcome everybody. You might know me, it's CryptoBeans, and today I'm gonna do a little tutorial about position sizing and risk management. As you guys know, I'm gonna try to keep this tutorial as simple as possible. This is one of the most important things you should be following when trading. And since I discovered this position size and risk management, my trading totally changed, of course, in better. Because with a position size and risk management, you can, of course, protect your capital, and you can decide how much you want to risk in a specific trade. And by following this specific formula, the formula will tell you what position size you should use on a specific trade, by having a risk percentage, so the amount of risk that you want to lose of your total portfolio amount, and you should know a stop loss percentage. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna first explain this document first, and then I'm gonna go into the chart to make some simple example to make you understand practically how this position size works. And in addition, I'm going to show you the position size calculator. I mean, this is just a little calculator that I made into my into my spreadsheet. You guys can build one. This is just, you know, a test one. I will share my link just to I shared my link in the education channel. You can use the little version, but a more sophisticated version with other feature will be posted in into the website when we build it, when we finish it. But you know, for the moment, you know, this is not anything difficult to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain how this works. Okay. So let's just make a quick example on the calculator. Actually, let's start with the chart. Let's make a little risk reward ratio and see what we can do. So let's say, for example, let's remove every indicator so we don't don't make these things crazy. Okay, let's try to keep it simple. So let's say I have a good support, a nice low here at this level that I think might be my my lowest point of the chart, where I think the trend might bounce. Okay, and actually, you know what? Let's say we go higher here, since we kind of traded a kneel on this kind of a symmetrical flat top triangle that broke. not too much of a flat top in this case. Now I'm gonna start to chart, but oh, okay. Anyways, let's say we want to buy at this level, right? If for a retest, let's say the trend will drop here to the black line and it will do this movement here, right there. We think it's gonna retest and it might go up again. Okay, very easy example. Now if I want to buy at this level, I would like to you have to always figure it out as a stop loss that is usually always based on the chart. Okay, it's not based on like a random number, 5%, 10%, 20%. It's based on the chart. So for me, let's say then, you know, we will teach you guys how to find a nice stop loss. But let's say this low is our stop loss. So if it drops more than that, I'm gonna apply a stop loss just below that level. So if I use my long position indicator and I want to buy at this level, let's say the stop loss in this case, I'm not gonna put right on top of the low, I'm just gonna put a little bit below, let's say, so I don't get you know, sometimes it can fail a breakout, it might just go a little bit below and then pump back up. The stop hunters might do that, so I might apply that a little bit below the support. I think it might bounce just to be safe. Let's say I want to even be safer, so I'm gonna drop this, I don't know, to 20%. Okay, and in this case I have about if I go 20%, it is 1:1 ratio, risk reward, right? Okay, so doesn't matter too much the profit that you want to take and your take profit in this kind of example, because we are just trying to figure it out the position side. We lost you. Can everyone hear me? Hello, I think I'm still on. It lagged for a second. It's good for me. Okay. Okay, so so now we figure out our stop loss. So our stop loss will be about 20%. That might sound a lot, right? 20%. Everyone will be, oh my god, 20% stop loss, I'm gonna lose 20%. That's not the case, because if you use a risk management and you want to lose only 1% of your total portfolio, that's what this formula is for. Okay, so in this case I wanna enter this trade. Doesn't matter again the take profit at this point. I mean, I can put here 40% where, you know, there is some highs, but it doesn't matter in this video what I want to do with my take profit. So let's focus on the entry and let's focus on the stop loss. Okay, so how much is my total portfolio? That's the first thing you should ask yourself. And in the example, my total portfolio is $10,000. Okay, so I go in my position size calculator and I put $10,000. It's already written there. Okay, so second question will be, what percentage of my portfolio do I want to risk? And you know, usually you know, for beginners 1% can be a good risk to take. You know, if you have $10,000, your risk how much is $100, okay, $100. But you know, you can risk how much you want. Of course, more the risk, higher your position size will be. And in this case, a stop loss that will be 20%. Remember, when we use this formula, you have to use, of course, if you start with total portfolio in USD, you will have your position size in USD. If you use your total portfolio in BTC, of course your position size will be in BTC, and so on. So in this case I'm using USD dollars. Put 1% risk, and my stop loss will be 20%. Okay, so by the calculator my position size will be $500. So this calculator is telling me that I'm gonna use on this trade $500. Okay, so let's see what happens if I put $500 here. $500 on this trade, so everyone can see right there. And let's check a little bit about our formula. So risk percentage times total portfolio amount, all divided by stop loss percentage. Okay, these things might be a little bit complicated if you guys you never seen before. Okay, but you know, that's not as hard to understand. And this is the example. So how much is my total portfolio worth? $10,000. Okay, what percentage of my portfolio do I want to risk? 1%. How far from my entry price is my stop loss? And let's put it big here. In this case 20%. Of course 20% is 0.2, and 1%, you know, is 0.01 if you want to do manually. But yeah, you have calculators, why do manually? But you know, if you want to do it on a piece of paper, you want to do it, good luck. Anyways, so following the formula, this will translate like this. Everything that I did in the calculator, so risk percentage times total portfolio divided by my stop loss percentage. Okay, so 0.01 times 10,000 divided by 0.2 equal $500. Okay, so all these things that I did, my calculator did for me right away. And let's see what happens, okay, in this trade. So I take my $500, $500, and of course, if I go up to this level and I make a risk reward, there is 1 to 2, sorry, I will have 40% more, right? So in this case, 40%. So 50% of 500 is like 250. So since it's 400, let's say 700, probably about 700, I guess. I will have 700 here. 1 second. Where is it? Okay. Okay, yeah, so my math was good. 700 bucks. You know, if I reach here, of course, my my 500 bucks will become $700. If I go down, I will lose 20% of that $500, which will bring me to 400, right? $400. Oop. Okay. So how much did I gain? You know, if the trade is successful, I will gain $200, right? And if my trade is not successful, I will lose $100. And you know, this is our risk reward. So we are risking $100 to make $200. Okay, so by evaluating this chart and this position calculator, let's see what we get. So my position for this trade will be $500 out of $10,000, and I must use the stop loss that I calculated with the calculator, right? If my trade fails, I will lose 20% of $500, which is $100. Okay, and $100 loss of course is equal to 1% of my $10,000, which is my total portfolio amount, right? So this is the risk that I wanted to take at the beginning of the trade. So 1% that I decided at the beginning of everything here. In this case, when I decided 1% risk, I decided already I want to lose $100. Okay, so keep that in mind for now. Doesn't matter how much stop loss you have, how much percentage in stop loss you have, you will always risk $100 because that's how the position size works. So what I want to show you, I want to show you a different setup so you guys understand what's happening here. Okay, so let's say let's say I want to take, you know, from the chart, my stop loss has to be here, where, you know, I think this other low might be the lowest point. I want to take the chance. Okay, and of course, you know, I'm gonna take this stop loss a little bit below, just to not get hit, right? I'm gonna take always a little bit of room from my stop loss price. And you know, of course, the risk reward will change because now I'm risking 13%. But let's make an example with the full numbers. Otherwise, this might get a little bit difficult to understand. So let's say a 10% stop loss, right? And let's see, my stop loss was, let's say here, I want to take a stop loss that was on this level, and I take a little bit of room, so I'm at 10% stop loss right now. Okay. And again, I want to use my $500 position, no, because I'm gonna use my position size right now. Okay, so I'm gonna delete everything, go in my position size calculator, and let's see how much I want to risk. Let's say I want still risk 1%, so I still want to risk $100, right? Because my portfolio is 10,000. So my stop loss in this case is 10%. Okay, how much is my position? My position size this time is double of the amount that was before. Why? Because shorter is your stop loss, tighter is your stop loss, bigger will be your position size. So these are indirectly proportional. Okay, that's how you say in English, indirectly proportional. I think so. Anyways, indirectly proportional. So let's make this example here. Okay, in this case, where is my thing? I'm gonna use $1,000 position size, right? And yes, that's of course a bigger amount, a double amount of how much I was putting on my position size before. But my stop loss, it's half of before. So if I use this stop loss, I will get stop loss at always $100 below, right? Of course, if I drop 10% and I get hit, here I will have $900. If I go up, I will have, in this case, 1,400, right? Okay, so let's see how much we gained and we lost in this case. Of course, in this case, I'm making $400, which is double of before, when I use a wider, longer, deeper stop loss. And my risk will always be 100, right? And let's see, you know, of course, that our position size will tell us that. My position size 1%, that's how much I wanted to risk in my trade. Okay, so it doesn't matter what kind of stop loss you are going to use, you always risk a certain percentages. Now, of course, if I want to risk more, let's say 2%, look what happened to my position size. They are directly correlated, because higher is the risk, higher is the position size I'm gonna take. This is of course normal. Of course, if I want to put a 5% risk and a 10% stop loss, let's see how much I have to use. I have to use half of my portfolio, and that's very important for you guys to see that. Actually, you know what, I can make even a better simple example. Let's see, if I have $1,000 in my portfolio and I want to risk 3%, and my stop loss calculated on the TA is 5%. Look how much my position size will be. Will be $600. So it's 60% of my total portfolio, and that's normal because you are using a stop loss of 5%. So if we put this setup on the chart, so I need 3% risk and 5% stop loss. So in this case, let's see here, 5% stop loss will be here, right there. Now let's remove this line. Let's say we want to use this setup. Of course, how much is my position size in this case? $600. So 60% of my total portfolio. That's a huge amount, but because it's a huge amount, this is very important. Because it's a huge amount that you're using, you can gain a lot. So if you are if you go up here, of course you're gonna make how much it is, almost 900, you know, 800, 200 bucks profit, whatever. Okay. Oh, 1 second. So 600 times 40%, 240. So 700. 840. Okay, and my my profit will be 240. Oh, 240. Okay, and if I lose, of course, I'm gonna lose just 5%, which is how much is it? Oh. 30. So I'm gonna lose 30. So I will go to 500, 570. Oh, sorry, 30 here. I lose $30, and my portfolio would be, so my position size will go to 570. Okay, so let's look at those numbers. Okay, remember, we are making this trade with a total portfolio of $1,000. Okay, let's put this pretty clear here. Total portfolio $1,000. Okay, so we are always risking, how much we decide to risk here, at 3% of our portfolio, right? Good, so it's 30 bucks. We are risking $30, which is 3% of our portfolio. So if we lose this trade, we are going to, you know, just lose $30. But if we gain even, let's say, half of this position, which is, you know, which was 20%, let's say here, we're going to make a half of this price, which will be 120. So 120, which is how much? Is about 10% of our total portfolio. Yeah, 10% of our total portfolio. So you can see how things are way better if we use this strategy, because we're just risking just a small percentage of what we want to risk. We can go sleep in peace. You can set up your stop loss. You know how much you're risking. If you want to risk 1% of your portfolio, you can make 100 trades if you keep using 1% of risk, right? Of course, if you use 2% of risk, you can make 50 trades, 50 failed trades before to lose all your capital, right? So this is very important to use, because if you just go randomly, you're not gonna know your risk. You always will panic. Probably you will panic a lot. Your trades won't be successfully because you are kind of playing with your emotion. And this is what happened to me when I wasn't using this formula, and I would open a trade and then I will go sleep, and you know, in my bed I will roll myself with anxiety because, oh my god, what if the trade fails? Maybe, you know, I shouldn't put a stop loss. That's what people usually think, right? I shouldn't put a stop loss. You know, this trade, you know, I feel this trade is gonna go up. Fuck it, I'm not gonna put a stop loss. And that's wrong, because you should always put a stop loss if you use a position size and risk management strategy. Okay, and you know, this is very simple. Then, to be honest, you can even trade safe if you don't want to really get hit. Let's say, you know, you want to open a position on Bitcoin and you want to go really low, or even on NEO, right? You say you wanna spend a nice risk, 5% risk of your total portfolio, which is massive. Okay, I'm just doing an example right now, and this is the all-time low of NEO, of the correction on NEO. So let's see how much this low is. This is 35%. Okay, let's just see what happens if I want to take a stop loss this deep and when I want to take a position side. So for me, NEO won't go lower than this. Okay, and I want to buy NEO to hold it. And let's say I have $10,000 in my portfolio. I want to hold it because I think this coin, it will go crazy high. Okay, I see 100% profit with a 37% stop loss. It's a risk reward of, you know, 1 to 2. Now let's see what our position size says. So I have $10,000 and I want to risk 3% of my portfolio. Actually, we said 5%. What happened if I put a stop loss of how much? 37%. 37%. Boom. So in this case, my position size will be 1,351. Let's make clear number, like full number, like 40% is more precise. Say 40%. Okay, like that. So on this trade, I'm gonna put 1,250. There you go. 50. Okay, if I drop 40%, how much that would be? That would be 1050 times 40%, which is $500. So I'm gonna lose $500 on this trade. Okay. One second. $500, right? I'm gonna lose it, and of course my position will be minus 500, will be 750. Okay. So I'm gonna lose $500 on this trade. Okay, what is $500? Let's go check. Well, $500 is 5% of $10,000, which is the risk I wanted to take, right? So before to enter a trade with all this strategy, you can figure it out how much risk you want to do, you want to use, you want to put on your trade, and you're good. You know what I mean? If in this case we want to use 1% risk, my position size of course will decrease, because risk and position size are directly correlated. What do you think if I reduce my stop loss? So if my stop loss, instead of 40%, I make it to 20%, what do you think it's gonna use? Probably this position size will increase to 500, because this one, stop loss and position size, are indirectly correlated. Okay. Now I think I think I explained this pretty clear. If you guys want to make any questions, I will be happy to answer you guys. How much we did? Wow, 37 minutes. I wanted to do like a quick tutorial, but that's what happens sometimes when I focus too much. Anyways, it's a very simple strategy, and I think it's mandatory. We will explain a position size and risk management that you can use on BitMEX too. BitMEX, you can use a position size no matter the leverage, and with a very defined stop loss that you find on the chart. But of course things are a little bit more complicated, and there is a little process you have to go through in order to make that trade as safe as you wish. Okay. What else I can say about this? Well, the position size calculator, I shared the link. I'm gonna share a new one because I updated few things here, but this will be available on the website at some point. In order to use this live BTC price, because here I just made it for USD. To be honest, it gives me a BTC price, but you can use as a BTC calculator too. I think if I put it 0.1 BTC, my position size will be 0.01, so you can use as whatever you want to use, USD, BTC. Of course this position size in BTC won't work anymore. But I'm gonna make two calculator probably, and just make you guys decide if you want to use USD or BTC. But this is pretty simple to use, and then I have just a simple converter here. If I wanna decide, let's say my total portfolio is $10,000 and my position is 500. How much BTC is 500? Well, this is one indicator if they translate me automatically the price in BTC by using what formula. This is crypto finance. So in order to use this formula, you have to add your add-ons. Go to get add-ons and add crypto finance, and then let me do pretty quick. You go here, crypto finance, I think you add that, and then you can manage it and allow on this spreadsheet crypto finance here, manage. using this document. Bam, and you can use this look here, this thing, formula here, crypto finance BTC/USD, and then you can, you know, make your own calculator if you want and play around with it. I made another calculator yields with crypto finance. You know, I just switch whatever, you know, 7,000, how much it is in BTC. It's just fast for me, so I don't have to go on any website, or if I, you know, I have a BTC amount, it tells me how much is in USD dollars and so on. Okay, so I hope this is very clear, and I'm gonna copy and paste this into the education channel so you guys have a better formula than the one I posted before, because the other one I had, you know, it was pretty precise. I made some spelling mistakes, but okay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I try to make it as simple as possible. I hope I get better on live tutorials at some point. But today was a pretty crazy day. You guys know I launched today, so you know I've been like crazy busy, and I promised you guys I was gonna do this little tutorial, and I did it, but I'm so tired. So I need a little bit of rest. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Oh, let's see if you if you comment. Well, okay, nobody's typing in the chat. Yeah, about Neo, it was not a flat top in this case. I mean, it was a huge resistance, and at this point, I mean, I found it's more a rising wedge or whatever it is at this point. Can even be a bearish flag if we trace those lines. So actually my line that I trace here is pretty good. It will arrive here probably when we might see a drop from Neo that will arrive down to there. Okay. Okay guys, hopefully you enjoyed, and don't forget to use the position size calculator, because it's super mega hyper important and will change your trading life totally. Okay, then you know you can enter trades in more in peace, right? You know, if let's say I post 10 trades, you want to join them all, you want to risk 1% of your portfolio for every trade, you have to see if you can. Of course, I won't suggest you guys to enter a trade, to enter like 10 trades at the same time, but you know, if you guys want to go crazy, go ahead. But you know, I always suggest to enter trades, let's say, you know, 1, 2, maximum 3 trades a time. That's even too much for beginners. Okay, but let's say I want to risk total portfolio 10,000, 1%, and I want to use a stop loss 20%, $500. So you have 20 trades you can do. Okay, just an example. You can make 20 trades, then you know you have to see if those trades are gonna be successful, or you know, if you lose them all. If you lose them all, you're gonna use a much 20 trades, you risk 20%, you're gonna lose 20% of your total portfolio, right? Because you have to use stop loss. Remember, this strategy doesn't work if you're not putting a stop loss into the trade. You must use the stop loss that you specify in your formula. Okay, and okay, so let's see, what time is it? We did 45 minutes. Wow. So yeah, time goes fast when I do tutorials, and you know, everyone knows it. So sorry if I took so much. Next time I will try to short things and make it a more quicker tutorial for every one of you. Thank you for registering for the premium. CryptoBeans is here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.